So I haven't been around for a little while, and I've just been really fucking busy. Like, so much has been going on. I've moved house. Me and the baby girl have got a bigger place, which is really good, and we're really enjoying where it is. And so I wasn't around for a little while. Also, because I lost a little bit of confidence in what I was doing as far as like creating content, because this table is really fucking wobbly. Because I was talking a lot about mental health, which is fine, and it's something that I think is important to discuss and talk about, and motivation, but feeling really unmotivated myself and really feeling like my mental health was shit in the bed a little bit, and it just felt inauthentic. It's like, how can I tell you to tidy your room and make your bed if my bed's a mess and there's shit all over the bedroom floor? Does that make sense? So it's sort of like, I was just feeling a little bit inauthentic, and the really high produced stuff of write out a script and then make sure the lighting's really good and the sound quality's really good, edit it really well, and that sort of stuff. It just, for what I want to produce, it feels like a lot of fucking work. And it's not that I don't want to do the work, but doing all of that makes me feel really inauthentic. When I just want to be me, I just want to share some thoughts, express myself, and so I think going forward, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start creating content again, but I'm going to do it more like this, where it's simply me talking to the camera, like an audio diary, I guess, or like a visual diary, a little bit like a vlog, but not really like walking around and that sort of stuff, but just sitting down and talking, because I'm not trying to impress the whole of TikTok or the whole of YouTube or the whole of the world and get everyone to follow me and buy my merch and shit like that. Really, I just need 2 or 3 new cult members a month to join the cult. It's not a cult, but if it was, it would be the best fucking cult. So I'm going to just do that. I'm just going to sit here and talk more like a podcast, but maybe with no true like rhyme or reason. Like, I have certain things that I'll chat about occasionally, but I want it to be really relaxed and just chatting. Like, I want to be authentic, so I have to show you my true self, even if I don't like my fucking man tits and my belly, and do you know what I mean? I feel like a piece of soggy shit, which is fine. A lot of us feel like a piece of soggy shit, but it's authentic. It's how I'm feeling in the moment. So that's what my aim is. My aim is to just produce that sort of content and not worry about it being really high produced and make the message needs to be this, and I need to make sure the thumbnail is like this, or I need to make sure that the fucking captions are doing this. I might not even put captions on or a title or anything. I'm just sharing, and people that find me, and people that want to stick around or want to engage with me can engage with me. That includes doing lives again, but just rather than me doing like really polished quizzes and chats on live, is just me going live and me just talking. And if people find me and they want to engage, they can engage. So that's essentially what I'm going to be doing moving forward. It's really hard for someone like me to remain consistent with stuff. So there will be times that I'm going to disappear. A few people have sent me DMs asking if I'm okay and where am I and what am I doing, and I'm coming back, and I really appreciate that. Sometimes, like, I always respond. If you send me a message, I'll always respond. You know, if it's a genuine message. If it's someone offering to be my sugar baby, I'm not going to respond. I might try and sneak out a couple of cheeky nudes from you and then say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not interested. But in all seriousness, if you send me a genuine message, I'll send you a message back. So I do appreciate those that have reached out to me. So going forward, what are these going to be about? I guess I'll try and bring topics or things that I'm thinking about. So if I'm going to use them more like a diary, just whatever my thoughts are, and just sharing how I feel about a certain thing. And I think in the past, I've been guilty of self-censoring, and I think a lot of us do that, right? It's a weird thing to self-censor, because it's like, essentially, self-censoring for me is, I don't want hate, right? I don't want people to get online and fucking hate me and shit all over me, because it just doesn't feel nice. And I think deep down, I'm still dealing with being a people pleaser because of trauma and stuff, and that's fine. I'm a fucking grown man, I'm fucking dealing with it. But it just doesn't feel nice. So, and I think politically, and like with like identity politics and the Me Too movement and BLM and the left versus right and Trump and MAGA and all that other stuff, it's been a lot harder for people in the middle, the general population of the world in the West are pretty much silent, or they're tiptoeing around and they don't want to upset people, which I don't think is really fucking helpful. So like, if you're really far left and you're woke, you're quite vocal, right? And you're flying your flags. And if you're really far right and you're MAGA and you're maybe potentially like anti-immigration or whatever your political leanings are, you're quite vocal, right? That left and that right are really fucking minute in the grand scheme of things, right? The people in the middle, the you and the me, we make up the large majority, the large proportion of society, and we remain quiet because we don't want to offend or we don't want to get attacked and that sort of stuff. I'm not sure that's a good idea. And I don't think it's a good idea because it means that these really far left or really far right people never get challenged. The problem is with it is I don't even want to say anything that I think would be really extreme, left or right. I just don't. It's like, but because of how divided the left and the right are, as soon as you vocalize how you feel, you're put into that one of those two camps, right? The left will put you in the right, or they'll say you're a part of us, and the right will put you in the left or say you're a part of the right. There's no escaping that. But I think that most people, the majority of people like me, are more nuanced and more centrist. We might have some left-leaning and some right-leaning thoughts and ideas about society, but we're not extreme in our thoughts. Like, I do have thoughts about race and thoughts about immigration and about drug laws and prison reform and abortion rights and the roles of men and women, transgender activism, and all of those different things, all subjects I have thoughts on. Some of them deeper than others, some that I just sort of jump in and out of, and some that I spend a lot more time sort of mulling over and thinking. But I wouldn't say that any of my views are extreme. So why would I not share my views? I guess I don't want to share my views because I don't want to be called a right-wing nut or a left-wing woke cunt. I just don't want that shit. I don't want to be labelled or hated or attacked. This is a fucking clever tactic, and I'm not sure it's not done on purpose. I think the left and the right do that to divide. So to be very, very clear about what is left, what is right. The rest of you need to shut the fuck up. We're fighting. It's a little bit like mum and dad are fighting, right? And you're the kids and you're like, what the fuck are they fighting about? Why are they constantly at each other's throats? And that's how I feel. There's a part of me wants to share how I feel about the world a little bit more. And a lot of the things that I say, I would say the majority of people in the world, in the West, probably share some of my views. There will be some on the left that share my views. There will be some on the right that share my views. But I wouldn't say that anything is extreme. There are unpopular opinions. I'll give you an unpopular opinion of mine, right? Or how my life to certain people that watch this or follow me or watch me might be like, well, I don't agree with that. So within my own relationship, so I'm poly, right? Within my own relationships, I've got 2 full-time in real life partners, and I have another partner who we're sort of exploring. I wouldn't say that we're firm partners, but we're maybe working in that direction. Now, within those, I'm going to call them dynamics for the purpose of this. Within those things, I'm the one who's in control. Okay, this is going to fall off me in a minute. Let me move this. I am the man. Okay, I am the leader. I am the one that knows where we're going. I am in control. It is not equal. And there will be some that will hear that and they will recoil. There'll be others that will hear that and they go, yeah, right on, that's what you should be doing. But there's nuances to it, okay? So if you just jump to a conclusion of what you think you know, you might have missed what's really going on. And I'll explain. I am a dominant man, okay? I choose to explore and express that dominance, okay? In a consensual way, with women that want to explore their submissive side with me and feel safe doing so, okay? So I choose what we do and when we do it. I choose what we eat and when we eat it. I choose what we do in that department. I choose pretty much everything that we're doing. I choose, or I get to choose. Now, often I'll give the choice to my partner because I don't want to have to fucking choose everything. Now, if you recoil at that and you're like, oh my God, you're a misogynist, or you're a male chauvinist, or you're just one of these alpha sigma type men that, you know, that's not who I am. That's you. That's you putting your thoughts onto me. Now, if you're the other side and you're like, yeah, go on, that's it, that's what you should be doing. Go to church, praise God, it'll be God and then you and then the wife. And it's like, well, that's also not me. That's also not me. That's you. That's you creating what you think's going on. So the nuance is this. It's always consensual. It's always she wants to, or they want to, because I've got multiple partners. She wants to, or they want to explore this, and they feel safe doing that with me. Now, they have autonomy if they want autonomy. As much control as they want to give me is as much control as I will take. I will not take it outside of what they consent to. Now, here's where it gets more nuanced. I don't think everyone should be like that in society. I'm not here telling you that you should live like that, or women are better off, or men are better off, blah, 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 blah. No, because I don't think it's that cut and dry version. I don't think it's that black and white. I don't think every man should be dominant and every woman should be submissive. Because I know men that aren't dominant and I know women that aren't submissive. What I'm saying to you is what works for me. And what works for me may or may not work for you, but it always has to be consensual. It always has to be done with, is anyone really getting hurt by this? And if they are getting hurt by it, do they want to be hurt by it? Are they getting enriched by this? How is this affecting their life and their mental health and everything else around? So that's a nuanced discussion. And I'm happy to have that discussion with anyone that wants to talk to me about it. Where we come up to problems is where I say I'm a dominant man and I like my women to listen to me and follow my structure, my command, the letter of the law, whatever I say. And you have a visceral reaction to that without knowing all the nuance and without taking into account that my partners love that they really, really thrive on that dynamic. The same comes to a lot of political things. And it's like, it's less about what you're doing and more about you thinking that everyone else should be doing what you're doing, or everyone else should be feeling how you feel or think how you feel. And it's like, that's just not reality. That's not how the world works. Different people can make different choices. Now, there are some hard and fast rules, I believe, like you shouldn't go around killing people or essaying them and stuff like that, of course. But when it comes to life choices, I think we should all make our own choices. So yeah, I just wanted to share that today. I just wanted to share that I want to start talking about this stuff a little bit more and encouraging other people who are more on the middle to be more vocal and have intelligent conversations about it, and not to feel afraid. Now, I understand that there is some fear attached because you can be attacked for your views and your thoughts and sharing your opinions. But I think how we deal with those things is, if someone wants to have a polite, thoughtful discussion about something, have that discussion if you feel like you want to. If they don't and they're just slinging mud at you, just ignore them. I think that's what we need to do. We need to start ignoring. And if someone is persistently trying to, throw shit in your direction, you can block them. It's really weird that I find myself in a world where I think the majority of people feel similarly about certain subjects but don't talk about it. I'll give you a very quick story about how I see that playing out in my world. So I'm a dominant guy. I'm kinky as well, so I'm a part of the kink community locally. And when I talk to people about the community, and I talk to people about their experiences of how it's very left-leaning and how there's certain ideologies that are espoused all the time, what are your thoughts? Almost all of the people that I talk to don't like what they see. They don't like the politics. They don't like the man bashing. They don't like just the general political and identity politics stuff. But none of them speak out. And when I say almost everyone that I speak to, the majority of people, honestly, that I speak to, all say the same thing, but no one speaks out. And I think that what I experienced there is the micro version of the macro. So it is a small snapshot of the rest of the world, or at least the West, where there are some on the left and some on the right, whether it's in the kink scene, politically, in, I don't know, a gaming club, whatever it is that you're a part of, school, work, whatever, that are really vocal, and then everyone else keeps their fucking mouth shut because they don't feel safe to be able to say stuff without getting fucking attacked. So I'm going to encourage you to be brave too and just speak. And I'm also not under the illusion that what I think is right, because my thoughts and my ideas are transient, and they should be. We shouldn't just be stuck in, I think I know what's right now, and that's it. Because it's not maths. It's not a mathematical equation where 2 + 2 always equals 4. How we see the world politically and relationships with each other and just everything to do with the social environment that we live in, it's not math. It's not a rigid thing that will never change. It evolves and it changes over time. So I'm happy to be wrong. And I think we have to be better at that. We have to be better at accepting that we might not always be right, and accept that with some humility, and entering into conversations thinking there's a chance that I'm not right here. So I am going to be trying to share more of that. I am going to be doing more lives, and, well, I guess I'll fucking see you there, won't I?